He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. The best answer to anger is silence. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. To love only what happens, what was destined. No greater harmony. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. Be content to seem what you really are. Reject your sense of injury and the injury itself disappears. Each of us needs what nature gives us, when nature gives it. Remember, matter, how tiny your share of it. Time, how brief and fleeting your allotment of it. Fate, how small a role you play in it. He who follows reason in all things is both tranquil and active at the same time, and also cheerful and collected. A rock is thrown in the air. It loses nothing by coming down, gained nothing by going up. If someone responds to insult like a rock, what has the abuser gained with his invective? Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. The first step, don't be anxious. Nature controls it all. Don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. Do not be perturbed, for all things are according to the nature of the universal, and in a little time you will be nobody and nowhere. True good fortune is what you make for yourself. Good fortune, good character, good intentions, good actions. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. You're subject to sorrow, fear, jealousy, anger and inconsistency. That's the real reason you should admit that you are not wise. Almost nothing material is needed for a happy life, for he who has understood existence. Receive wealth or prosperity without arrogance, and be ready to let it go. For God's sake, stop honoring externals, quit turning yourself into the tool of mere matter, or of people who can supply you or deny you those material things. As the same fire assumes different shapes when it consumes objects differing in shape, so does the One Self take the shape of every creature in whom he is present. A man when he has done a good act, does not call out for others to come and see, but he goes on to another act, as a vine goes on to produce again the grapes in season. In a word, if there is a God, all is well, and if chance rules, do not also be governed by it. Treat whatever happens as wholly natural, not novel or hard to deal with, but familiar and easily handled. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Today I escaped anxiety. Or no, I discarded it, because it was within me, in my own perceptions, not outside. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. That which is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. You can commit injustice by doing nothing. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. Look well into thyself, there is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Keep it, as a blazing fire takes whatever you throw on it, and makes it light and flame. It's time you realize that you have something in you more powerful and miraculous than the things that affect you and make you dance like a puppet. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. There were two vices much blacker and more serious than the rest: lack of persistence and lack of self-control. Persist and resist. The universal order and the personal order are nothing but different expressions and manifestations of a common underlying principle. Look within. Within is the foundation of good, and it will ever bubble up, if you will ever dig. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. If you didn't learn these things in order to demonstrate them in practice, what did you learn them for? People with a strong physical constitution can tolerate extremes of hot and cold. People of strong mental health can handle anger, grief, joy and the other emotions. And thou wilt give thyself relief, if thou dost every act of thy life as if it were the last. How long will you wait before you demand the best of yourself, and trust reason to determine what is best? In the morning, when you rise unwillingly, let this thought be present: I am rising to the work of a human being. No man can escape his destiny, the next inquiry being how he may best live the time that he has to live. Have I been made for this, to lie under the blankets and keep myself warm?
Subscribe my channel for more videos. And if you liked my video, then give a thumb up and share my video.